Danielle's mobile was switched off. I left a curt message for her to call me. This needed to be sorted out with maximum pain. The directory was still on the table from when I'd called the QPR fan. I flicked the pages from police to St. Clair's and St. Mark's. The secretary told me that Danielle was teaching and would be until lunchtime. What a dedicated woman she was. I left another message, thumped down the phone, and went to the garden. I walked a circuit of the lawn, then returned to the living room and scrolled through the images again. They hadn't changed. She looked out at me. I lay down on the sofa. Every now and then I would look to the screen. She kept on looking at me while the sound of Gene Pitney and Mark Almond drifted in. Could life get any worse? Yes, it could, thanks to the DJ's decision to play Black Box. I thought back to November and to the preceding months and how Danielle and I had stopped having sex in October. This was because her period had been 3 weeks late in September. It had scared her. She became distant and put in more hours at school. She did this when she was stressed, working herself to a standstill. It was a strange approach, but it worked for her. She would suddenly pop out of it and everything would be fine again. However, this hadn't happened, and all through the winter she'd been distracted and irritable. It was during this time that she started wearing clothes in bed. This was a serious development. In our time together, she'd always slept naked. The change began with knickers and a t-shirt, then progressed to thick socks. On a couple of cold nights, she'd worn tracksuit bottoms. They don't look good even for sport. Slipping off a pair of knickers is erotic. Heaving off some fleecy joggers is not. By December, all of this had got to me. I hardly saw her during the week, and when we did have time to cuddle, I was hugging an Inuit in full winter wear. I asked whether anything was wrong, and she always said no. I suggested her lateness had been a miscarriage. She became angry and insisted that she'd skipped a period. I didn't believe her. In our years together, she'd always been very regular, like a walking lunar calendar. She'd never been late.